What's up, everybody? How is it going? I'm Gary, and we want to welcome you guys back to another Tech Tip Tuesday, where we talk about all kinds of crazy things like tech, apps, marketing, everything that we can help our fellow business owners with actionable tips, tools, and ideas to increase your brand awareness, ultimately driving customers to know, like, and trust you. I'm Gary, and as always, I'm here with the great Annabelle, the Google Whisperer.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, this is the first time we're going live on YouTube, and this is pretty exciting. So there's a couple of different technical nuances and a couple other things going on here, but I think we got it worked out. Hopefully we're live. If you can hear us, if you can see us, please just leave a comment. You know, we have a Q&A portion at the end of the show, so if you've got any questions on what we're talking about today, leave a comment, leave a question. And if at any time you feel like you're getting any kind of value, you're having fun, or we can continue to serve you, hit the subscribe button. All right. We appreciate y'all. Let's go ahead and move on. Annabelle, so it's been a busy week for us, for sure.
Yeah, it has.
What have you been up to? I know what you've been up to.
Working on projects, building websites.
Exactly, building websites.
Publishing stuff on social media.
Yes. We did some live broadcasting for one of the schools.
Yeah.
Yep, for one of the schools. We did a graduation broadcast. Yeah. That was really fun. Taking this whole setup and taking it on the road and actually setting it up and getting it going.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I know one thing that I'm really excited about. I was able to get a haircut. How about you?
Yeah, right. You got jokes. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So we're trying to have a little bit of fun. You know, last week we finished up a pretty deep topic, talking about some marketing stuff, some baseline strategy, things that you probably need to know as a business owner or as an entrepreneur to build out your marketing. Today we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to move into a little bit more of a communication technique and GIFing. If any of you have seen them, communicated with them, I know I talk to my wife with GIFs. We will literally have a whole conversation, probably for a whole afternoon, just sending memes and GIFs back and forth. But the cool thing about GIFs is that there is actually a very, very professional use for GIFs.
Yes,
and you can use it for marketing.
Absolutely.
And that's what we wanted to talk about today. Just, how you can use these funny, 2 to 6 second pictures?
2 to 6 seconds is the recommended average length that you should keep it at.
Right.
Anything over that, people are just going to space out and they're not going to.
Oh, yeah. I'd heard about if you keep it at 2 seconds, it could pulse and almost cause a triggering effect. Yeah. That's crazy. Anyway, so that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about GIFs and how you can use them as a part of your marketing communication and part of your strategy. But before we do that, I want to give a quick shout out to this week's sponsor, Destination Athlete of Northwest Tennessee.
That's right.
That is your local one-stop shop for sports gear, apparel, sports nutrition, sports psychology, and by the way, they're veteran owned.
That's right.
That's actually a lot of sports stuff going on in there.
And they made my shirt.
That's right. They did. They made your shirt.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's right.
All right. So go check them out. Destination Athlete
of Northwest Tennessee.
Yep. All right, and for you guys who are regulars, we appreciate you, but we're going to go ahead and fill up the rucksack. We got a tool. Every show, we like to try to give you guys a quick hit tool that you can use immediately. But since we're talking about GIFs and we're talking about all that, all those memes and stuff like that and how to use them, our tool today for your rucksack is a GIF generation tool, right?
Yes.
Or a GIF creation tool.
It's a GIF creation tool, but it's also a search engine for GIFs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me switch over real quick to the screen, Annabelle, so you can kind of talk about it.
Yeah.
Not that screen.
Yeah, not the script.
Not the script, guys. If you'd like to see our script, go to the script.
There you go.
See, this is where we're having a lot of fun.
That's okay. It's all good, man. It's all part of it.
It is part of it.
So Giphy is a GIF search engine that allows you to not only search for GIFs from all different kinds of topics and subjects, but it also lets you upload GIFs as you go through browsing the internet and you find other GIFs that you think are funny or interesting to you. You can upload them to this site. Obviously, they have those categorized by your reactions, entertainment, sports, and one interesting category that is really useful for business is the stickers category, because GIFs that are made into stickers, you can actually put into Instagram stories, Facebook stories, and all these other forms of posts that you do online to engage your audience. The thing you have to keep in mind, as we mentioned earlier, is Don't make them shorter than the 2 seconds, and keep them, at the 6-second mark. Another tip is for you to actually make sure that what you're showing is a scene and not just a piece of something that is not really driving a message home. What you want to do, or the idea behind it, is for the message to be subliminal. For you to actually communicate what your brand is trying to say to your target audience without actually pushing a sale. One other thing that you can do with this thing is you can create memes. And that's a variation of a GIF, because what these do is they allow you to have the actual GIF image, which is animated. That's all a GIF is. It's an animated image. It's a format of an animated image. And just to give you a bit of history, GIFs have actually been around since 1987. But in the 90s, that's when they really took off as the internet started to grow. You can use Giphy to collect your GIFs, to actually upload GIFs and create them, as I mentioned before. And one other interesting thing is that if you're a brand and you actually get to upload 5 GIFs to your account, you can become a featured brand in Giphy. But in order to retain that status, you got to continue to create GIFs, and you have to make sure that obviously they're relevant to your brand and that they're communicating a message to your audience. In a bit of interesting news, Giphy was just recently acquired by Facebook, and they paid $400 million for this company.
It's a lot of cheddar.
Yeah, it's a lot
for GIFs.
It's a lot of money for GIFs.
Yeah.
But they were already the preferred GIF search engine for all of the messaging and instant communication on Facebook. So they already had a partnership, and they took the partnership a bit further and got bought out. So that's what's up.
So with Giphy, this is just one of many platforms, but
Right.
this is probably the most, I don't want to say respectable, but it's the most popular one out there. It's been around the longest.
It's been around the longest.
This is the one where you can go in, you can make your GIFs, drop in all your assets and everything. But you were saying that you have to have 5 of them uploaded before the algorithm will let you.
Before you can actually apply for like a business account,
account.
or
Okay.
to be like a preferred partner of
Right.
them, you have to have 5 that are approved in their system.
Right.
And then at that point, you become a featured.
And I'm
brand
sure
in
there
the system.
are plenty. If you dig into the website, I'm pretty sure there are plenty of rules on what you can and can't
absolutely.
do, so
Yeah,
you can get approved.
you will have to read the terms of use.
Obviously. But there you go. So there you go, guys. As a tool to make GIFs, if you've ever wondered how people are making them, you can use all different kinds of apps and things like that. But what's nice about Giphy is that you can actually use it as a business communication platform, and they can actually approve your stuff and help you along the way as a business.
Yep.
Anyway, let me switch this back over. All right, cool. Here we go. All right. So anyway, we're talking about GIFs and tools to use GIFs, but let's really kind of dive into the main topic for today and what we're talking about. So communication, people's attention is shrinking daily.
Right.
Like it almost feels like my attention is down to like 1 or 2 seconds. Especially running a business and doing everything that we do, it's like you're doing this, boom, 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 boom. You don't have time. So trying to get like a meme to communicate or a GIF to communicate is definitely a very powerful thing. And people joke around and they're like, oh, well, that's just for you to like express your feelings or whatever. But in some of the examples that we've found, there are major brands that are using GIFs to communicate their message.
Yeah. So you have some of those examples?
I do. I've got some of these examples. Let me see if I can turn on some of these examples. And we can just kind of talk through them a little bit and just kind of how you can use them. Now, keep in mind, we don't own any rights to any of this stuff. We're not being paid by any of these brands or anything. So you're going to see some major brands in here in our examples. But let me see if I can turn on this little guy right here. I got one somewhere. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Aha! Okay, so get pumped for the holidays. All right, you want to talk about this one a little bit and the power behind this?
The power behind this is that at first glance, all you see is a guy, struggling to lift this weights made out of cardboard boxes from Amazon.
Right.
But the thing that draws your eye is the text at the top that say, getting pumped for the holidays. Now, the key with this GIF, which was one of their most popular marketing campaigns that they launched through GIFs, is the fact that the word Amazon and their logo with the little smile stays on screen for about 15 seconds. So whether you're in the first loop or any loop after that,
right,
that's going to be subliminally drilling to your head, hey, I need to order something from Amazon for the holidays.
Right.
So that's the whole idea behind that one.
And there's a strategy, like you're saying, there's a strategy to the loop.
Yeah.
So you want, you don't want to like just cut it off and then not want them to watch it one more time. So there's actually strategy to setting up your GIF to properly communicate the message.
Now, one of the things that I will add to that is the fact that if you're not doing something like this where it's actually like an animated video, you can use several images and you kind of layer them one on top of another one, and using the creator and Giphy, you can lay these images to actually get your animation of what you want the final GIF to be.
Right.
So that's another thing that you can do.
Yeah. So there's the sky is almost the limit for that, like 6 seconds that you have, which is really
and
cool.
it might not seem like a lot of time, but it is a lot of time.
It actually is a lot of time. You're absolutely right. Okay, so let me go over to this next one and let's see what we got here. We got tons of buttons going on. This is what happens when you self-produce. You just have fun. All right, here we go. What do we got here? Oh, this is a burger joint. Okay.
This is actually Wendy's.
This is Wendy's.
And the message straight up, you know what I mean? They got their, their quarter pounder, beef, Baconator, burger, with the glasses, and he's just kind of poking fun at the other burger joints, kind of saying, hey, look at all the beef that I got here.
Deal with it, yeah.
Our beef is fresh, and I'm just relaxing in the beach with my glasses. Deal with it.
Deal with it.
So they just go straight to the point. It's right in your face, but that's the whole objective of this one right here.
And that's awesome, because what it does, it just reminds you, like when you see that, you could be scrolling through your feed, and just in the time that it takes for you to scroll through your feed, you watch the glasses drop, deal with it. But what's in your head? Oh yeah,
I want to eat that burger.
I need some food. I'm hungry. And then what I like too is that the branding is all the way down in the bottom. It's subliminal. It's there. Yeah. I mean,
and that's one of the things that is also recommended, that if you do brand it with a watermark that is something very small or hardly seen,
right,
or that is incorporated into the GIF as something like product placement, where it's actually in a scene for people to see it. So the only thing that I will say about this is that these burgers never really look that way when you get them from their place. I know you do food photography, so
yeah.
So you know what I'm saying.
I would never eat that burger. That particular one in that photograph. All right, let me see. Let me go to let's see another one here. Let's talk about. All right, here we go.
That's you coming out of the gas chamber.
That's me coming out of the gas chamber back in the day. So this one's cool. This one's fun too because it doesn't really say anything, but it's invoking an emotion. You're laughing, you're fun, and it's also hitting something too because you joke around and you say, "Hey, this is you coming out of the gas chamber." Well, yeah, I didn't look like that coming out of the gas chamber. There was a lot of snot coming out of my mouth, a lot of stuff coming out of my face because it was a horrible experience. But that brings back memories.
So this must have been before we went in.
We went in there, we're like, we got this. But no, but you're right. So even a little GIF or a meme or something like that, yeah, it's fun. He's dancing. It's making you feel happy, but it's also trying to, it kind of brings you back a little bit. So that's another way, obviously, another form of communication.
Right.
Is trying, and that's where knowing your audience is important too.
Absolutely.
Knowing your audience.
So this is obviously targeted to military people.
Obviously, yeah. And that's another thing too when we're talking about this. Just like every other form of communication, especially in the digital marketing world, you've got to know your audience and who you're speaking to, because there's some funny GIFs out there. There's some very polarizing and whatever. There's GIFs for everything, but you just got to be careful when you're using these.
Yeah.
Always know your audience.
You don't want to go overboard.
Don't want to go overboard. That's another
one of the recommendations. Yes,
so I wonder, what we ought to do is we're talking about GIFs. What we ought to do is like spend a week communicating only on our social networks with GIFs and see what happens.
On the tribe,
and just see what happens.
Challenge.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we want you guys to post your favorite GIFs. All right.
Yeah, post them
Leave
in the
a
comments.
comment. Post your favorite GIFs in the comments. I'd love to see what you guys got. All right. And our audience. Go ahead and post away. We'll have some fun with it. All right, let me punch over to this next one. Okay, what do we got here?
Hatchet haircut. Yeah, right about now, that's what you need.
The hatchet haircut. That was me the other day. They actually used a hatchet on my head to get all that hair off. They're not doing beards right now, so You're not coming after this though with a hatchet. But anyway, so I mean, what does this communicate? Like, what would this be for marketing? Just, hey, we do hatchet haircuts?
We do hatchet haircuts,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's demonstrating something unique.
It's demonstrating something unique that apparently is the thing that I didn't know was the thing.
I didn't know that was a thing either.
Because
okay.
I'm not letting nobody come near this even when I have hair with a hatchet.
So basically what we're saying here with this is if you've got something unique that you can represent, that you don't really have to talk about, you don't have to make a full-blown ad or whatever. You can just demonstrate something unique about one of your services or your products. There's a way to do it. The hatchet haircut.
There you go.
All right, here we go, and here we're back to the other guys here.
Yeah, that's right.
We're not trying to pump up Amazon because I know they're primed to be like $1 trillion company,
they're just like absolutely everywhere.
They're everywhere.
And this one is one of their most popular shows that is streamed. So anything that they make about it, like they got a legion of fans for this show.
Right.
So it's The Expanse, and people just gug and goggle over it. So it's just like the message right there is like kind of like taking a little bit from the Terminator, like I'll be back. It's like I'll be right back.
But what it's doing is it's leaving a story loop.
There you go.
That's exactly what that GIF is doing. It's leaving that story loop. So it's like, wait a minute,
so
you're going to be back. Where are you going?
Into people's imagination in their head is like, hey, what's going to happen?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's amazing what you can do in 6 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and then we're back to getting pumped again on the holidays. So anyway, GIFs. As you can see, when you start really looking at them and talking about them and kind of dissecting them and breaking them down, you can actually use them for more than just having fun.
Right, absolutely.
This is a great example and a great form of communication. And like you were saying, GIFs came out in what, 87?
87, yeah.
Because they were actually using them for live streaming. There was like a lot of technical stuff that was
used.
Actually,
were used for live streaming initially because they didn't have all this live streaming technology that we had.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, awesome. So anyway, let me check some comments here real fast. Let me see who's on. Water Dog Diver, what's up? In the house, Jeff. Jeff says, hey, Gary, hey, Hannibal, what's going on? And can you get one of these awesome polos? Yes, you can have one of these awesome polos, but you need to come home.
Yeah, that's right.
Come home.
Yeah,
come home safe. That's all that matters.
There you go.
For those of you guys who don't know, Jeff is deployed right now overseas to some place
So keep him in your purse.
Somewhere, doing something fun. Dina, wow, you made it, Dina. Awesome. YouTube. Sweet. Let us know if you like it better on YouTube than you do on the other channels. I think we're going to move the whole platform, the whole live thing over to YouTube. We're going to start pumping up the YouTube side and have some fun over here. What did she say? But those Amazon boxes are full of heavy photography gear. Yeah. I don't know. Wait a minute. I don't know what heavy photography gear you're buying these days. Everything's getting smaller.
Seriously.
Super small. Anyway, all right. So let's go ahead and move on to the next segment here. Let's talk about a little news. So we got some interesting news. All right, so we've been having fun. We're going to kind of turn it back to something a little bit serious right now, something that maybe it affects all of us.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
It does kind of fall within our realm, okay? It falls within everybody's realm. If you touch the internet, this may be an issue. Now, we don't have all the facts yet, because not everything's come out.
It's an evolving situation.
It's an evolving situation, all right? But just know, do your homework, research, and you make your own decisions and stay safe, okay? So, Animal... Tell them what you found.
Basically, what I was going to point out was the fact that the U.S. Senate voted on a new proposal to continue the Patriot Act of 2015, but they added some new provisions in there where law enforcement, FBI, NSA, they can go and browse through your browsing history or secure your browsing history without needing a cause or a warrant. That is cause for concern. My opinion now, no political pun intended here.
Yeah, this isn't meant to be, this is nothing political, and this is just what's going on.
You need to do your own research. The main reason why this actually passed, and it passed just by one vote. So if one more senator would have shown up to vote, mind you, they were allowed to vote remotely, but they still didn't show up. So I don't know how that can be, but it was.
They must have had problems with their Zoom calls.
Yeah, maybe they couldn't get their Zoom straight. So, but in any case, it passed, so it's affecting all of us. Now, what you can do about it, that's one more thing that you're gonna have to worry about. So, what can you do to protect yourself? Well, you can use a VPN. You can use HTTPS connections, SSH tunneling. And of course, if you're trying to take it to the extreme, like sometimes we try to do here around the office, you just unplug the cable and practice good digital distancing. So instead of doing social distancing, Just unplug the cord from the wall and
Yeah.
just go all, rabbit ears, Back to the Future, and that way you won't have to worry about, people coming after you.
Yeah. So we've got a lot of stuff going on, and that's a pretty big deal. In my opinion, to be able to look at someone's internet search history without a warrant.
Yeah.
Okay. So just take that for what it is. Do your own research. Do your own whatever. Like I said, I don't care about the politics about it. I really don't care about that. What I do care about is the fact that someone can continue to invade our digital privacy, which I got it. It's the internet. It's all out there. Whatever. But when you start saying, I don't need a warrant to do it, that's what's concerning. Yeah. So anyway, it's not what you're doing today that's illegal that I'm worried about. It's what we can be doing tomorrow that's illegal. That's what I'm worried about. Anyway, totally not designed to be a political thing or anything like that. So please, if you got political comments, go do it someplace else. We don't want to do that here. All right, questions and answers. Let me jump on and see who we effectively PO'd.
No.
Did we PO anybody?
No.
No, so far so good. So far so good. Okay, anyway. So yeah, Dino. All right, Dino's over there shouting out to Jeff. Love it. Seriously though, this YouTube is perfectly fine. Perfect. Well, we will keep. Oh, Jeff's voting for the YouTube side. All right, I know why, because Jeff's been trying to get his channel going for quite a while too. Anyway, if you guys have any questions or any comments, let us know. Even after the broadcast, we will answer them. What we'll do is we'll edit this up a little bit, republish it, and get it all out and do all of its other things. So anyway, we just want to thank everybody for joining us for this live broadcast. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if we're providing you guys any kind of value or if you're just even having fun with us.
Final shout out to our sponsor,
that's it.
Destination Athlete of Northwest Tennessee.
That's it, Destination Athlete.
And just tune in next Tuesday at 9 a.m. Central.
And remember,
it's not
about us. It's about our mission. And our mission is your
success.
success. Cheers, guys.
Yeah.
Look, it's still live. They can still see us.
They can still see us.
Not anymore.